Questions for Coach? Second row.
Coach, how would you describe the defensive intensity in that first half? I mean, it felt like the best defensive half of the season for you guys.
I agree with you. I thought we were really good defensively. You know, one of the things that Oklahoma is great at is getting consistent points in the paint, whether it's post, penetration, offensive rebounds. So it was huge emphasis on us when they ran their action, which was mostly ball screens, to be, you know, protect the paint. And I thought that is what allowed us to get some steals and deflections and create 18 turnovers. I think the first half and overall defensively, I think that was our best effort of the season.
Third row.
Coach Scott Fowler from the Charlotte Observer. Tar Heels traditionally have a really good record in Charlotte. Do you feel like this is sort of a home away from home for you?
Yes, I do. I love playing here. My dad grew up here. My parents went to Johnson C. Smith, so this is really like home to me, and it's home to the Tar Heels. And so we feel very comfortable here. That being said, even though having our fans here and being in North Carolina was a huge benefit to us, you know, Oklahoma is a great basketball team, and we had to play well and make plays throughout the game to put us in a position to be such a good team.
Front right.
Hubert, did you find something the last couple of days not that you haven't played with effort or energy this season, but that took it to another level? Because it seemed like the urgency really was there in the first half defensively.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I thought that's something to build on. You know, I don't know how many days we've been together as a group, but every day I mention defense and rebounding. We talk about it, how important it is for us to be the best that we can be, and that if we can check those two boxes as well as taking care of the basketball, puts us in great position to be successful against whomever we play. And so tonight, it was the last 2 days of practice and preparation were really good. Sometimes it doesn't translate to a game, but it did today. The last 2 days of practice was some of our best defensive practices, and it carried over in the game today.
Front row to our left, Coach.
Hubert, a little bit more big picture. What are the next, obviously the next game isn't until the 29th, so what does this kind of week plus look like? Obviously you have, you know, Christmas in between, but what are these next couple days gonna look like for you?
Rest, have uninterrupted, unhurried time with my family. That's what I want. And so, got my two boys here, and my daughter gets back home tomorrow, and just spend uninterrupted, unhurried time together as a family, and find breathing room for my soul, and then get ready to go when the guys get back for the remainder of the season.
Second row.
As RJ continues his insane streak that he's been on, 7 straight games now, he's at 20 points. When I asked him about this, it's come up that he was kind of snubbed from the preseason All-ACC team, and he kind of chalked that up to just that being the story of his life. But even so, I mean, I feel like he's playing with an extra amount of chip on his shoulder. Is that something you've kind of seen from him the past few games?
I wouldn't say it's a chip on the shoulder. I would just say it's growth. I know it's hard because collegiate sports, specifically basketball, you forget about the guys that stay to their senior year. It used to be that way. Just every year you matured, you got better. He talked about, and his teammates about his leadership. That's something that is a big difference this year compared to other years. I mean, for him to step up in so many different ways, he's an outstanding defensive player. He's really stepped it up on that end. And not just the 23 points, but the 5 assists and 0 turnovers. That's real. And so I'm just really happy for him. I feel like this is the first time that he is being celebrated, supported, encouraged, and noticed, and I love it.
It's the 7th time in his career he's had 20 and 5. The first time he ever had no turnovers with 20 points and 5 assists.
Thanks, Christian.
Second row aisle.
Hubert, what did you notice from Zayden tonight? It might not pop up on the box score much, but it felt like he gave you guys a big
did
lift.
you see his energy? Like he competes, and I love it. when you see that type of passion and that, that will and that want to, I tell them, I don't know how you play absent of emotion. I just don't. I can't coach absent of emotion. I never played without emotion. I don't know how you do it. If you're doing something that you love, with teammates that you love, at a place that you love, I don't know how you stay stoic. And I just, his number was called tonight, and he stepped up. You're right, it won't show up huge on the box score, but a huge determining factor of us winning this game was him. We got out-rebounded, but one of the things, to help us rebounding, we got to get bigger. And so having him in there, I wish there was a stat of how many balls he kept alive or almost got. He always attacked the offensive glass. He just does exactly what I asked him to do, and I was really proud of him.
Back to the room, Stanley.
Yeah, Hubert, not to belabor the point with RJ, but you mentioned his leadership and continue to bring that up. Was there a point in the past couple of days since the Kentucky game or even today in the huddle or anything that stands out as an example of that from him?
No, as I told you before, this is the first year where, he's, talking in the huddle. And I told the guys, I need that. I don't want it in the huddle. I don't want to have a monologue. I want conversations. They're the ones out there on the floor. I see it from the sideline, but you guys are the ones in action. So let's have a conversation and talk. And he's always the one that starts the conversation. And I love that dialogue with him throughout the game and the way that he speaks with his teammates. And it's just, as a coach, it's very comforting to have that on the team.
Front row left.
Hubert, obviously Carolina basketball lost someone very important this week, and you lost a former teammate. Did Eric Montross and everything he did for this program impact the way y'all played tonight?
He's impacted this program, this community, this state, this university. By his character, his words, his ways, his actions, his attitude. Out of respect for the Montross family, I don't want to speak any further. He was more than my teammate. He was my friend for 34 years.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Couple of things, the 18 turnovers we forced, that's a season high, 10 steals.